am NetMoverSitan. And finally, by the hat of Johnson, I have found the Stronghold. Although I didn't explore it just yet. I want to do that on camera. Right. Let's head down here. Oh yes. And my more recent projects is coming along nicely. That'll be starting to upload after Ori and the Blind Forest is fully uploaded. As for Frambo, wrong way. I'm unsure whether there was someone who is afraid to express their opinion due to this safe space culture, or there was just someone who criticizes simply for the sake of it. Alright, you want some too? Don't worry, I have plenty of arrows for all. You too! Oh, yes. You want some too? I love the sound of Megalovania in the morning. Yeah, feast on arrows, zombies. Yeah, I've got plenty to light up around here. Partly because I want to know where everything is. Although I might as well dig at some gold while I'm here. Ah, yes. More gold. I must fight the temptation to go Warwick Davis on you. As in Leprechaun. Need some way of getting up here. No, not that. Thankfully I brought these. Ooh, loads of chests around here. Ooh, free ender pearl. Let's see. Yeah, still haven't gotten over the idea of, well, Duke Nukem the movie, directed by Michael Pointless Explosions Bay. I mean, it's so abhorrent to me, even though it's a movie that's perfect for him. His cruelty knows no bounds. I mean, he's getting a video game character whose reputation has been trashed, and seeks to make it worse. Because, let's face it... Oh. Mini-zombie. Hit the mini-zombie already! I do everything my... No! You're the one who burns around here. Yeah, if you want something done right, stick the burning sword in the zombie yourself. Because they're gonna be incompetent, aren't they? Okay, now where were we? Oh yeah. Because if you have a video game movie adaptation, there's a good bet that they're gonna ruin it. I mean, Doom. That's an insult to those who have actually played the game. Myself included. And there are some who have hopes that the latest Tomb Raider adaptation will be a good one. Let's just say I have low expectations. Based on the track record of adaptations in general so far. Well, yeah. Yeah, still haven't got around to getting more recent model. That's where I can play games like Doom, the more recent version, and oh, burn! Oh, you brought some friends. Feast on my burning sword, you filthy pests! Oh, you want some too? Here, eat my diamond sword if you can. Oh, you can't. Well, dance, dance. I'm the one who's dancing. Why aren't you dancing? Follow the script and die! Okay. Feast on arrows then. You know what? Forget this. There's obviously nothing down there. Yeah, and I seem to be gravitating towards more indie titles. And probably for good reasons. Considering what the mainstream or AAA game industry has been up to. Let's just say that some excuses that they come up with for what they do are wearing a bit thin. Anorexia thin. To give you an idea of what kind of thinness I'm talking about. And no, that was not meant to be a joke. It's just to illustrate the point. And as for jokes about diabetes, it's no laughing matter for me. And not just because I have a cousin with diabetes. Yeah, some of these doors don't really go, well, anywhere. Ah, I think we've arrived at the dungeon. Thankfully not a S&M dungeon. The kind of dungeon that should be avoided like the plague. And as for those who preach that we should give peace a chance, well, there's some who have given peace a chance and they said, well, it's not really working, is it? Then again, there are also those who consider peace to be an incompatible concept for them. Much like a vegetarian at an Argentinian barbecue, or rational force with religious dogma. Yeah, I blocked off that passage because, well, there's nothing else here. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to block this one off as well. Yeah, I'm gonna make this an extra long one. Because I want to find the end gates before this is done. More gold. Give me some of that. And I wasn't asking for permission. Ah, there's a way down there. Not another one of you. Yeah, I think I might do... Once I get around to the more recent version of Doom, something similar to... something similar to what I did with Classic Doom, which started with Wrath of the Doomed Marine. Which basically involved the misadventures of a psychotic British blood knight. Where, being one of the few survivors that are still, well, surviving, to put it simply, would be a traumatic experience for most. But for him, it feels like going to Disney World. Oh great, there are two of them. Well, thankfully I have a bucket of water! And as we all know, a bucket of water has water in it! And the touch of water is like acid to the Endermen! So what do you think? After the spider's dead, like now, let us get rid of the Endermen with water! Well, that's one of them. How about we get rid of the other? Ah, there you are. Bye-bye, Enderman. Yeah, no way to go but out of here. Out of this universe, I mean. And I will need special preparation. Before heading to the end. I seem to recall where the Eye of Ender that I've created are. In the Tower of Caer Banog. The first tower I created. I need more sticks. So that I can make more torches to light it up. No way through? In that case, it can wait. And I've just walked into another dungeon, a terrible one. They can just walk in and out. I mean, do they have no concept of the art of dungeon design? The whole purpose of it is to keep them in. Now, this is much better. This one has been kept in so long All the flesh is rotted off! If you design it more like that... well... this would be a decent dungeon. Yeah, wall you off. There's nothing here. Wonder why that was there. Well, if I can't find a way in, I'll make one! That's what a pickaxe is for! Breaking through walls! Yeah. Walls are a sign of division. Along with a sign that where you are is one big prison. Not all walls are physical. Yeah. And those in power who haven't learned from history. So they're going to be doomed to repeat it. Even in countries that are supposedly more civilized. Yeah, it's all part of life's bad joke. There are those who lecture the world on freedom and equality, yet they don't practice what they preach, do they? Oh, good, skeletons! Even better, you killed each other! And now I'm going to kill you! In a way that you stay dead. Yeah, at least there are some dictators, tyrants, despots, whatever you want to call them, who are more honest about their natures. They're not deluding themselves that they want to help those that they're ruling. What they want is obedience. Obedience for its own sake. Not for any higher purpose. They just want to rule and dominate. And generally make your lives a complete misery. To them, we're all potential sacrificial animals. Ooh, library! A library hasn't been cleaned in years! Right, let's see what we have here. Cobwebs. Thank you for the string. I can make wool out of it. Which is bizarre, as it should be making silk. Yeah, I'll also take the paper and the books. How it's in usable condition, I don't know. The books at least have at least a chance of keeping relatively intact. Let's see. What do we have up here? An upper level. Oh yeah, another torch. Need to get rid of this gravel. And more books and paper. Yep, nothing else here. So at best, keep looking. Ah, creeper. What? He just blew a hole in the library! Inconsiderate green. Once again, you inconsiderate green genitals. I've blown up something of importance. Not only are they inconvenient, potentially deadly, they are also intellectually flatulent. Something worthy of extermination. Yeah, sorry about that. Lost it a bit. I have my moments of not only losing the plot, but burning the scripts. But at least it isn't continuous, like some of those in charge. Yeah, not all serial killers are rapists and serial killers. Wait, what am I saying? That should be psychopaths are more... Yeah, psychopaths are not all serial killers and rapists. I mean, some of them are in charge. Disturbing there. Well, better down there than up here. Speaking of which, how about a little target practice? Because I'm going to need to go down there at some point. Oh, they injured themselves. Falling down. Oh yes. And I best light this part up. Can't have them appearing here, can we? Where were we? Oh yes. Psychopaths aren't all serial killers and rapists. And not all thieves are the bad kind. Or if morality isn't a factor in this, it certainly isn't the dishonest kind. Because there's some thieves that don't delude themselves into what they're doing. They know for sure why they're doing it. Because there's some who steal purely for survival, rather than those who steal sometimes by full sanction of the law, purely for selfish reasons. Yeah, I know, you need a sword to cut these off. Then again, some can't tell the difference between those two types of stealing. It's not something to approve of in either case, but one is worse than the other, because one is done by full sanction of the law. Yeah, they delude others, and in some cases themselves, that they are your friends, that they all want what's best for you. There's a term for people like that. Con artists. Ooh, gold! I want me gold! Oh, doing it again! There's a word for people like that. Con artists. Those who ask for your permission to rob you. There are con artists of the material, as in those who want to steal what you have. Usually in the form of currency. There are also those who are con artists of the spirits. Those who want to gain your support for a purpose which is unlikely to be healthy for you. In fact, it's likely to be the exact opposite of what's good for you. Oh. Ooh, skeletons. That one was a bad shot! I mean, we're talking about Dark Souls hitbox bad shots. And I've been a victim of that as well. Yeah, don't want that in the way. Ooh, nice. Nice gold horse armor. One of the most pointless DLCs out there. And in case you're not aware of what I mean by that, I'm thinking of the DLC for The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Ooh, now this looks promising, even if it has a zombie in it, wearing leather. You're wearing leather. What is this place? A black metal concert? And what do we have here? Could it be? Yes! Finally! I'm hearing "We Are the Champions" by Queen in my head. Yeah, it's that good. I finally found the way to the end. Although, I won't be going there yet. Partly because I don't have the Eyes of Ender. Which are required to open up the way to the end. Oh yes, and the safe space society. Sure, it gives a place where certain groups can express themselves without fear of shame and ridicule, or even just plain insults. Yeah. But on the other hand, it can stifle... Yeah, it can stifle free speech. Where you're unable to speak a word of criticism out of fear of it being considered a personal attack. And it also implies that the places outside the safe space are completely unsafe. In that case, there are some parts of the US which are technically safe spaces, because there are those there who are unable to handle even slight amounts of criticism. They're basically glass cannons in that department. They can dish it out, but can't take it. Yeah, they might act tough, but as far as backing that up, they're unable to. I mean, how this bread is edible, despite being in a chest for so long, I don't know. But then again, this isn't reality. It's edible because of Minecraft logic. I mean, what do you expect from a game made by people from the same country that brought us IKEA? Oh, and the founder of that company is now dead. Yeah, the founder of a company that creates, and not to mention distributes, furniture items which are only as good as the one who makes it. Which, in this case, is the one who buys it. So if you're ridiculously terrible at making things, if your chair becomes a table, well, it's going to be a disaster waiting to happen. But if you're skilled at that sort of thing, then a chair will be a chair. And as for those con artists of the spirit that seek to gain your unquestioning loyalty, those liars and embezzlers, it's their victims that make them. There are some who plead ignorance to that. But the guilty ones are those who knew. Yeah, those who knew what they were doing, yet did it anyway. Those who knew the path before them will only lead to ruin and destruction of that which is good. Good for life, I mean. And yet choose to walk that path. That is the most vile of individuals. And that is considering that the concept of good and evil, or morality, changes with time, and it also depends on culture. That which was acceptable in one era can be unacceptable in another. I mean, just look at movies. Movies made about, and even TV series, a couple of decades ago, included the proliferation of smoking. Now, it's slowly become less acceptable. Well, at least in countries where with English as the primary language. In other countries, that can be quite different. Not to mention that, yeah, this is how you use horse armor. Ah, a gold nugget. Well, it'll be useful in case I want to make golden fruits. You'd be surprised how many are strangers to fresh fruit and vegetables. I mean, are there actually people who, at the very sight of fresh fruit and vegetables, they run away in terror? Has anyone encountered that? Or is that? I mean, there's also the quite puzzling idea of, well, putting school children in those bright fluorescent worker jackets. You know, the kind you find around construction sites when going out. Well, I could let them go on that one during the months where it can get a bit dark, but when they're clearly quite visible, what's the purpose? Oh yeah, we need to get some more sand. Well, thankfully the swamp has some of that. I'll see if I can dig up. Ah, I can see a house from here. Or more specifically, the farthest north in the portal network. Right. He thinks I should make a connection to the garden tower. Who knows, I might even create the arena for the Wither at a point where it is in the middle of the walkway. Then again, I could just pick some wide open space and just use that. Level it out with some dirt. I've got plenty of that all over the place. Yes, after the Ender Dragon is dead. It's not over yet. I still have the Wither to take care of. And by take care of, as in action-packed final scene take care of. As in organised crime take care of. Not the more civilised way. Yeah. Let's see. What else do... Oh yes. Might as well create what will be the roof. Now some of you might be asking, why don't I use this for the roof? Well, it's because monsters will spawn if I do that. Because there's no light. The torches create light. And light stops them from spawning. Yeah. Another reminder why I don't use anything that involves live streaming. I'm terrible with live performances. I'd make a mess. As for those who think I'm a good gamer, there's some dispute about that. Although there are worse gamers, believe me. Those who have cultivated a reputation of being irritating and not that likable. So if I'm not that good, they're worse. No names. Right. Thank you for sitting in with this extra long episode of Minecraft People Tower. Until next time. Hail the rabbits!